Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and the Immortal Hulk issue number 3 of God, Please Don't Ever Let This Comic Book End. Okay, so this scene actually happens in the comic, by the way. He's just not trying to look through the hole because that would be silly. This is crazy. So this McGee girl, Jackie McGee, she's running through the routine in South Dakota. She's trying to find out what's going on. Hey man, so like I heard that, there was a Hulk sighting. What's going on? And there are these witnesses. One's a cop, one's a hostage, one's a priest who was also a hostage. The old lady was the other hostage. And then there's the bartender guy who was kind of around the corner, convenience shop owner, whatever the heck he was. Anyway, they've all got a story to tell. And Marvel gets a different artist to draw each person's recounting of that story, and it really puts you in one heck of a mood. All right, so like the old lady, she's a little bit loco en la cabeza, okay? Like, I don't know what else to tell you. She's a little out there, okay? And she sees this bad guy, this gamma irradiated bad guy, as more of a James Dean looking character. Meanwhile, the priest goes and describes this guy, this bad guy who shows up, as more of just this greasy, nasty looking freak who is angry all the time. So two different artists drawing two different stories, and it's incredible. Like, this is just incredible. So, not Immortal. Anyway, so, dude, like, some of this art in here, man, look at this, look at this, look at this. There's the one part where the Hulk is about to make a scene. Do you guys see what I see? Do you guys see that Hulk-shaped shadow in the stained glass back there? This is insanity, man. This is crazy. How is this comic book this good? Oh, man. So, like, they're not playing with the art. And then, of course, he just jumps right through. And it's like, man, this is nuts. So, there's all these different versions. And you really get to understand, like, it's one thing to have that sort of perfect, almost symbiotic relationship between the writer and the artist. But when you've got multiple artists and the one writer, that's something else, man. It's like everybody's got kismet on this. So when I see the Hulk here and the bad guy here, this is the old woman's view, where the guy is just, oh, he's just a really good-looking young man. He looks like James Dean, and he was so sweet. And, the Hulk came in, he was just this big monster. And it looks silly, right? But this is her perspective, Meanwhile, you've got a more original Kirby-esque sort of art to draw the police officer's version of what he saw, his account. Man. And then, of course, what we were looking at before, told you, this scene kind of happens in the book. This is the priest's idea of it. And I love that they've got the quick healing factor in this. Not, he just looks like this huge ogre. Dude, I could not... Oh, man. So, there's kind of a murder mystery going on, which is weird also. Like this bad guy, he's actually there at the church, all right, where most of this is taking place in the memories, because his girlfriend, there's something wrong with her, and the kid went to the priest saying, I need the last rites performed. So this, oh man, it gets really dark. If this comic book isn't dark enough for you, from what I'm telling you, I can assure you, this stuff with the girlfriend, it's going to be dark enough. It's going to catch up. Dude, I'm reading this comic book again as I'm sitting here looking at it, and it's insane. Let me tell you something. The ending, I'm not going to show you the ending. You got to get this book, and you got to check it out yourself. I had made a request that nobody's, listening to. Who the heck would listen to my kind of things? But, like, I was really hoping that Sasquatch will have some kind of an issue, and that's why he's trying to seek Bruce Banner. Like, Sasquatch is maybe stronger than he was before. Maybe the great beasts are coming back, because I was never a huge fan of Sasquatch being depowered the way he was. I wanted to go back to, if not as strong as he was before, at least half as strong as he was before, instead of like a tenth, So really looking forward to, like, when I see the way that he was drawn, It looks good, man. It looks good. And I was worried. I was worried that, you know, by Sasquatch joining in, it's like, okay, the rest of the Marvel Universe is going to find out that he's there and everybody's going to come looking for him, because that's what always happens, right? You look at what's happening with Rosenberg's Punisher. Oh, as soon as War Machine went, you know, War Machine Punisher went crazy, everybody came looking for him. Everybody came hunting for him. Well, that doesn't look like that's necessarily what's going to happen here. There's only 2 people really looking for him. This McGee writer, which I love that take back to the original show. I used to watch that before it was ever in syndication or anything. I used to watch that show when it was just on TV and you had to wait a week for the next episode to come out. Forget about it. So her and Lankowski, the Sasquatch, is looking for him. So, dude, this really feels like that old big Bill Bixby show. It really does. So this is going to be, in general, this is the Virgin cover for next issue. Just looking gorgeous, man. God, this is such an incredible comic book. And what is it? Here we go. Just Al Ewing writing. The framing sequence, Joe Bennett on pencils, Roy Jose on ink. The cop story, Leonardo Romero is the artist. The bartender story, Paul Horschemeyer is the artist. The colorist, letterer. The old lady story, Margaret Sauvage. I hope I'm not destroying these names. She's the artist and colorist. And the priest story, Gary Brown is the artist. Oh, man. Oh, excuse me. And Paul Mounts did the colors for that, except where indicated. And VC's Corey Petit did the letters, except where indicated otherwise. Anyway, wow. Dude. And Alex Ross doing most of these covers. Oh my God. This is a great comic book, guys. If you're not reading this, you're doing yourself a disservice. Nobody is suffering except you. All right? If all the other comic books fell by the wayside, this comic book would continue, and only McGee, Lankowski, and I would be following the exploits. But I would definitely be following the exploits. This is an incredible comic book, and may the Immortal Hulk be immortal. Let this, oh man, I don't ever want this to stop, and obviously it's got to, but let this never stop. This is incredible. Everything about this comic book is incredible. Guys, I'm out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.